Okay, I'm going to try to first I want to say hello to the Easy Robot community. This is the first time I've addressed outside of just talking on the forums. I wanted to show you guys something that I was playing around with because it was an interest to me. What I wanted to show you here was a very simple setup I've got, and I'm just going to show it very quickly and simply. And if anybody has an interest in it, let me know and I'll go into more detail. But basically what I'm doing is I'm using the Easy B version 3 at this point because I don't have my 4 in yet. And I'm using a little chip that is an Arduino Mini. I don't know if anybody here, I've noticed a couple of people say they've used other controllers and little minis. Well, I'm not looking to replace the Easy B. The thing's bionic and I love it. But I can simplify some things by using it. Let me show you this example here and what I'm doing with it. If you noticed over here on the Easy B, I'm using the I2c ports. Well, what I've done here is I've connected a ping sensor, just a standard 4-wire ping sensor, the cheapest thing you can get on the internet, and then I've connected a TMP36. I don't know if you can see that right there, but I've connected a TMP36. That's a temperature that gives me back a temperature. So what I've done is I've connected this to the little bitty Adruino board that I've got mounted in here. These boards, by the way, are super cheap. I just got a box of 20 of these, shipping and everything. It was less than 25 bucks. Okay, so knowing that, what I've done is I've hooked up the ping sensor to it and I've hooked up the temperature sensor. Then I loaded a library in it called Wire, which is an I2C communication library, and I gave it a device number. Okay, so that's all I've done here. Then I'm using the power because I2C requires that we have a common ground. So I'm going ahead and I'm powering this chip also through the Easy B, which is nice. One of the things I wanted to show you real quick about the chip is that it has a pin on it where you can put in a 5-volt supply. Okay, now I know the Easy B4 that's coming out has like a pass-through voltage, so it's going to be passing through approximately 7 volts if I'm not mistaken. And the nice thing about this particular chip is it has a pin for raw voltage, which will take up to 9 volts, and it'll work it down to your 5 volts, so that all of these items that are running on 5 volts now on the Easy B4 will also work on the Easy B3 are also going to work on the Easy B4. It's just going to change where I'm going to pin that 5 volts into. Instead of putting it in the 5 volts, I'm going to put it on the raw pin so that it goes through the right power conditioning to come out as 5 volts. Now that's the hardware side of things. I did write a little script in Arduino C and put it on here so that whenever the master IC controller calls for it, it takes a ping, it takes a temperature reading, and it sends the pieces of information back to the Easy B. Now that you can see all that running here, I'm going to switch over